Wow.
Yeah, just do it.
No more slaves. So right, every night you want to see Gina Princebythewood and Nate Parker. How are you?
Great.
So glad to have you in Florida, here in Tallahassee. Did you choose the college tour for Beyond
That
the
was
Lights
the
for a
studio
reason, or-
came up with that. I mean, we had suggested early on that, but the studio really
Yeah.
thought that was cool and
I was surprised it took so long for you to make the film. And that's like a big story, I saw the HuffPost piece about how it took you so long to make this film. So why do you, I kind of have a feeling now after seeing it, why do you think it took you a long time? I mean, you did Bees before this.
Yeah.
I mean, you wrote this before
Yeah, I
Bees.
wrote the first draft before Bees and then took a break and did that film and had great success with it. So I thought that the next one, it would be,
Right.
easy. But it's never easy in Hollywood. It's tough to make a film, especially one that's a drama like this and a love story. But I still didn't think it was going to take this long just because we felt it's contemporary, dealing with stuff that's happening today. And it just goes to, I mean, I know the suicide was an issue with some studios. They felt like it was going too deep, but it was something that I really wanted to deal with its character. And the fact that we have two African-American, well, actually not African-American because she's British, two people of color as the leads in a love story, and sometimes that's tougher to make as well. But our goal for this was to, I mean, it was important for me that I chose the two for the leads, but I feel like it's a universal story. It's a love story, and it should appeal to everybody.
You were definitely, the queen when it comes to love stories. I think just in general, Love and Basketball is just one of those, movies that kind of mark time for you. Definitely. And I think Beyond the Lights is, we were talking about it last night, it sort of is that for this generation, because Noni's character seems like a lot of different, even her visually, she kind of embodies a lot of different people. Were you cognizant of that in creating her, that she speaks so much to this millennial, particularly ethnic?
Absolutely. Noni is of now, and she's really influenced by what's going on now. I mean, an early influence for her character for me as a writer was Marilyn Monroe and Judy Garland and the issues that they were dealing with back then, as well as the mother-daughter dynamic. But absolutely influenced by the artists that are big today, but as well as the fact that what's going on in music seems to be trickling down into all walks of life in terms of reality shows and just what our images as black women is out there right now. And it was really, trying to change the conversation.
One of the things about Noni, as she transforms through the movie, she physically transforms and she loses a lot of the aesthetics that a lot of young women are into now. Did you feel like that was important to show?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the big themes of this film is authenticity, finding your voice, finding out who you are, and being brave enough to love yourself. And I think so much, Gugu, actually, the actress, says it best, where all the things that she put on is a form of armor. It's a way to hide yourself and protect yourself. And when she sheds all that, it really is being brave enough to show the world who she is. And you're going to love her, you're not, but at least she's going to love herself because it's her authentic self.
And the worst situations are the ones that transform us. And so a lot of that is in their relationship. We talked a minute ago about how her transformation is very obvious, but Kat Kazam's transformation is not quite as obvious, but just as important. How did you, and you have to really be there, in the movie. It's like Scandal. Don't look away because you'll miss something. How did you feel about being able to play that so subtly, but
I think
first to really get it?
it first starts with a script. Gina did an incredible job writing it. There wasn't a lot of improv because it was all on the page. But I thought it was very important that this wasn't played in a way that there was another man saving a woman in distress, but it was actually a man that saw in her a situation he was actually dealing with in his own life. And I was speaking on it a couple times before. It feels like what we all deal with, that debt to our parents or those who stood in the gap for us. For Kaz, it was someone who, he didn't have a father that was overbearing in a way that was negative or in a way that he felt endangered or was unhealthy. It was actually a healthy relationship, but he was living this projection that his father had kind of created for him because he felt like he owed it to him. Single parent household. Both of us come from single parent household, having a father that wants nothing but the best. And I think Minnie's character wanted nothing. Macy wanted nothing but the best, although she, had different ways of going about it. So for this situation, had he not met Noni, he would have stuck with the plan like he talked about. He'd have become a politician. I think he would have affected real change in the way that his father would have wanted him to, in a way that would have made his father proud. But he was not living for himself, which, and like you said, because it's subtle, it's a little more dangerous because you can trick yourself into believing that you're happy, trick yourself into believing that the life you're living is a life that is your own. So it was I really had to just kind of get down to the root of it. What exactly is this relationship, and how does he deal with his father? And I think that not to give the film away, but the way it resolves itself is something that I believe in, and I'm happy that she wrote it the way she did.
I want to believe that. I won't use this perfect. I want to believe that she went on to be first lady. You know, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it'd be like so cool. That's how that turned out. But it was really interesting about because I want to believe that I won't use this perfect. I want to believe that she went on to be first lady. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it'd be like so cool. Right. That's how that turned out. Right. But it was really interesting about that whole political part, and that right now we're timing is everything. Yeah. That we're dealing with a new election coming up, and I like the way that you made the transformation in him through like the old guard of having to have the blessing of the old guard versus how important this young guard is that he's got swag and he's got something important to say, so that's just as valuable as if the preachers had said, okay, well we'll have a barbecue and we're gonna kiss some kids and we'll give you some money. And the whole piece that he had to really go out and beat the bushes for the money is the same thing that she had to just take off her clothes off for the money.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I really loved it, and I really thought that you did it well. So coming up for you, and I did want to mention Four Sisters. So
yes.
I love what you've done with the four of you have done. Would you say that it has really helped you all move through Hollywood? Because it's like four sisters that came up together in college, and you've all gone on to do really important, great things in Hollywood. Yeah. Is it that bond with the four of you that's helped that?
Absolutely. The fact that we actually all went to different colleges, but we came back together. We all met writing. Mara Brockakil and I met on South Central, and through that we met Felicia Henderson, and through that we met Sarah Jo Finney. And the fact that we've come together to reach back and help, we all know how we were in college. We were broke, and trying to make a student film was really, really tough. So we thought, let's pool our money together, create a scholarship, and help others find their voice and get a chance like we got.
Awesome. Okay, they're flagging me. Nat Turner.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's time. I'm actually in pre-production right now. So, that's why I have all that. This is not my normal look, but I'm very excited about it.
Awesome. So are we.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.